In this video, I will be revealing huge news for my game that will hopefully make a big difference in the development of my game. Before I go about revealing this news, I'll also be showing off more progress that will play a role in this news. So stick around to find out the big reveal. Just a quick reminder, 80% of you are not subscribed to the channel. To make sure you don't miss any new content, go down and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you have any feedback for my game or my videos, the comment section is perfect for that. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel, and let's get into the video. In last week's devlog, I briefly mentioned that no one has played my game before, so I really didn't know if it was fun. Well, I did release a small demo of my game in August of 2023, but it was poorly made and the game was not ready for a demo. Because of this, not many people played the demo, but the people who did had the same two complaints. The controls weren't intuitive and the audio was a hindrance. My game has only been playable with a keyboard and mouse, which can be a little threatening to people when picking up a new game with a vast array of inputs that are needed to be mastered to play the game. Realizing this, I have simplified the controls on keyboard and mouse, but I still know that keyboard and mouse can be daunting for people who aren't proficient in playing games with a keyboard and mouse. Taking this into account, I now want to jump into what I have added in this past week. This past week, I've been changing my focus from creating new content to polishing the game and the user experience. The best way I decided to do this was by implementing controller support for my game. Growing up, I only ever played console games like Halo and Call of Duty, so to think that I'm making a game that can be played with a controller and maybe one day I could be making a game similar to Halo or Call of Duty, it is super rewarding. For most of the inputs, I didn't have to change a thing other than adding controller inputs into the project settings, but a minor issue I ran into was using the joystick for getting the direction of the sword swing. Initially, I tried getting the angle of the joystick by creating a vector based on the 4 directions the stick can be pressed: left, right, up, and down. But this method did not work as planned. Then I realized this problem was way simpler than I was making it. Since I have a finite number of attack animations and they are not procedurally generated based off the angle of the attack, I could simply just make a long line of elif statements checking each possible direction combination and then playing the corresponding animation. And to follow up on this last problem of calling the right animations, I also ran into a bug when the player is pointing the joystick straight up or straight down, or isn't pointing it at all. I did not write code for these instances because 1, I didn't think it would be a problem, and 2, there are no animations for swinging the sword straight up or straight down. But this oversight caused the entire stamina bar to become depleted without the player even making an attack on the screen. To fix this, I had to write more elif statements and an else statement that chooses which direction to swing based off of the direction the player is facing for each of the scenarios of swinging straight up, straight down, or not pointing in any direction at all. I've also started slowly adding in sound effects for the player with immersion and game feel in mind. Already playing the game feels much better with sounds and animations that immediately react to the player pressing a button. I plan on finishing the player sound effects through next week and then moving on to the mound sound effects next, and then from there going biome to biome as I finish each biome up. And now, with all of this week's additions accounted for, it is time for the news. I have registered to have a booth at my college's Game Expo in December, and that is why I am focusing so much on player experience now. My hope for this Game Expo is get lots of feedback for the game and truly see if the game is set to release in early 2025. I will feel much more ready for this Game Expo once I get the necessary audio finished for the game, which isn't everything because the game I will be showcasing will only be the mound, so I will only need the mound biome sound effects and the player sound effects, so I won't need swimming sound effects or any enemy that isn't in the mound. But the only thing I am worried about is the music. I have yet to start making the music. I've never made music before, so my guess is it won't be ready, and I've already started thinking about what I'll do if I do not have music ready for this Game Expo, and I've decided that I'll have to get placeholder music from itch.io if I do not have music ready for the Game Expo in December. To also make the game look more professional for marketing reasons, I have hired someone to make cover art for the game. It isn't quite done yet, yet, but the initial sketches are looking very good. I am so happy to announce this news with you guys. If you have any feedback for the game based on the footage I have shown, please leave a comment down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you want to learn how to overcome the fear of judgment, that video will be in the top left-hand corner. And if you want to see last week's progress on the game, that will be in the top right-hand corner. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And this is RBC Mr. Rhodes signing off for now.